Good evening. I'm Dr. Peter Shepherd. I'm a professor of business, but specializing in learning, all forms of learning. And we're introducing to you a international forum on learning. And I've been asked a few questions. Why have we organized such an event? What is being covered in the event? And of course, who would be some of the main speakers, panelists and moderators. But I think why have we organized the event is, well, Cambridge Global Learning is a global network, a network of learning professionals, learning practitioners from all walks of life. And we have to reach out to our members, and this is, of course, one particular way. Traditionally, we have reached out by books and a bi-monthly magazine that we have, an e-magazine. But periodically, we like to get some of the members together and run conferences and forums. So this year, the forum is on learning. It's international. And what are the subjects that we're covering, or the topics? Our theme is a bit unusual. It's, to coin a phrase you may have heard of, from womb to tomb. And so learning actually starts when we're still an embryo in the mother's stomach, in the mother's tummy. And so, of course, it continues almost, hopefully, to the day we die. And so we're taking this, literally from very young adults through to old adult, if you will. And so we have a range of speakers that are going to address these sorts of topics. People who are practitioners in the, what we might call the science and the art of learning. Naturally, of course, you would think of school teachers. We even are having some kindergarten teachers specializing on the very young. And then we move up into adulthood. We address the corporate needs, directors of learning and development, for example, into academia, academics, lecturers, but we also have coaches and facilitators of anything to do with learning. And so it's a broad spectrum. And where do our panelists come from? Well, we have a very eminent list of board of advisors from 12 countries, 14 advisors, and at least 50% of them are able to come and speak. These people, many of them have written books on learning of various sorts. They would have a PhD and maybe 20, 30, 40 years experience in this field. And we have, of course, naturally some local people. It is a forum, so it will be a series of panel sessions, 2 to 3 panelists addressing that particular topic, whether it be adult learning or learning for post-retirement, or even, as I was saying, early childhood, kindergarten, and so on. The whole spectrum. As I said when I started off, from the womb to the tomb. And so our theme is lifelong and continuous learning. And I think we would all appreciate that we're learning actually every day. We're learning something new all of the time. I've just gone for dinner and I tried something new. I've learned that I like something, or I've learned that I don't like something. But how often do we reflect on how we learn, let alone why we learn? And so these topics are also being addressed very much. We do actually have a saying that we say, learning doesn't actually happen in the classroom, doesn't happen in or on the PC, or the laptop, or the smartphone. It happens in the brain. So all learning happens in the brain. And so some of the speakers would also be looking at the neuroscience of learning and how we as a facilitator can tap in to the brain-based learning, if you will. Because obviously anyone teaching or training or coaching, facilitating has to get into the brain of the learner. So please come, we welcome you. Thank you.